Welcome back, everyone. I'm the Depressed Eeyore, and this is Arkham Horror, the card game, doing Path of Carcosa, and we're going to be doing Unspeakable Oath. All right, I don't think there was anything new in the intro. Yeah, we passed it, so it's the same stuff as before. We'll go ahead and read the Constance domain stuff. So you recall that Constance had told you when you spoke, spoke with her during her hellish dinner party. She and the other members of the cast and crew had been told by the director Nigel Ingram to take some kind of oath. At first, she'd written it off as the whim of an eccentric artist, something Mr. Ingram did as a strange formality to unite and strengthen the bonds of the cast and crew. And to his credit, she claimed that it had worked ever since they'd taken that strange oath. She and the other members of the troupe felt much more confident and full of spirit. Perhaps Daniel had a similar experience during the last production of The King in Yellow. You must speak with them about it. So with this, after we do our setup, or after we do our mulligan, we will draw the top card of each of our decks and place it face down and treat it as a courage, which will soak 2 sanity. And then after it's taken out of play, after it's been defeated, it will get discarded. All right, we do get a -2 token, so we're gonna get another one of those. So now we have a third one. Besides that, we do need to pick a certain Act 2. Since we did not take that clasp this time, it's going to be the Really Bad Ones version 2. It's going to be that one. We'll set this aside. All right, and I think that's everything. We do need to randomly set up all this, which I will deal with in a bit. So first, we're going to go ahead and shuffle the encounter deck. Read this. Agenda 1A, locked inside. The patient wing of the asylum is far quieter and lonelier than you had expected. The hall reeks of chemicals and body odor. As soon as you are escorted inside, the doors behind you are closed and locked tight, too doomed to advance. Over here, we have Arkham Asylum. Aside from the few patients giving you a wide berth, there aren't any orderlies or doctors around to speak with. Looks like you'll have to find Mr. Chesterfield on your own. 6 clues to advance. And for the symbols, again, we only have Elder Thing and Skull. We do not have the others. Skull is -1. If you fail, randomly choose an enemy from among the set-aside monster enemies and place it beneath the act deck without looking at it. And then the Elder Thing is 0, but you have to either randomly choose an enemy from the set-aside monsters and place it beneath the act deck, or this test will automatically fail instead. So these can be potentially auto-fails in the future, which can be pretty rough depending on how often we draw them. All right, so with that in mind, let me put a cut here and BRB. All right, I had to unfortunately completely start over. As you can probably see from my text log, I completely failed to read the miss hall, and it was just going to be too messy to reset. So I can't really say if I was doing well or not. We didn't really go that long, but we'll go ahead and randomize these again. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle and draw. I did have a really good start with Diana, though, which kind of sucks. Okay, this is different. Let's go ahead and get rid of the deny existences for now. And the yeah, we'll go ahead and get rid of the defiance. And then 1, 2, 3. Okay, I can live with that. So the living inks are actually going to be kind of useful because I can actually investigate with those. Oh, also, top card is going to be our sanity soap thing that we got. All right, deal to orange. And again, I have to reset this. I wish they'd stop resetting this. I don't think it's a... Yeah, I think it's a TTS thing. I don't know why it keeps doing this. Double living inks, okay. And this, okay. We can do things with that. All right. Not much I can do. Well, all right. So yeah, this time around, so the biggest issue is, so we can start in any of the asylum halls, which is the good news. Bad news is kind of everything else. Because this mess hall is going to throw me off quite a bit. Alright, yeah, we're just going to have both of them start at the west wing. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle this one more time, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Flip this over. After you defeat a lunatic enemy at this location, draw a card. Cool. Alright. So, I'm just going to go ahead and start with Diana first. I'm going to have her move up to the yard. Because I always forget to come here first. This will get +1 shot for each horror on us, which thankfully she has 0. And if there's no clues here, you can take a damage to incite a fight. Okay, cool. I'm going to go ahead and just use this opportunity to investigate twice and get this over with. So 3 to 1, 3 to 1. Good. Good. Alright, got the clues here, and then we can incite a fight in a bit. Can't go in the garden yet, so that's fine. Alright, and then for Murray, we're going to go ahead and move on over to the mess hall again. Get that up and running. So yeah, this is one, after you successfully investigate, you have to choose and discard a card from your hand, and I just didn't do that. Alright, I am going to go ahead and spin 3 to get out Grim Memoir. I am going to go ahead and use Grim Memoir to draw a card and discard a card with the mess hall. We succeeded, we get a clue, we will draw a card and then discard a card. Okay, I will discard a Living Ink. Alright, so that's good. I have Right of Seeking is exactly what we need for this. Instead of, investigating 4 times and milling most of my deck. Alright, no enemies, go to Upkeep. Okay, Dark Prophecy, and Calling in Favors. Got it. First Mythos. Oh, there are enemies in this deck. I didn't realize. The Shroud value here is only 1, so I can punch this guy to death. Alright, and then over here, cannot play events. Okay, we can do something about that. Go to investigation phase. I'm going to go ahead and gain a resource and then spend that resource to play Right of Seeking. And then I'm going to investigate using Right of Seeking. Will be 6 to 2. We succeeded. We'll get 2 clues this time, but I will have to discard a card. I'll discard Calling in Favors. Alright. And then next round what I'll do is I'll get rid of the whispers in my head and then go from there. Assuming I don't get screwed over during the Mythos. Okay. Meanwhile, over here, I'm going to go 3 to 1. Good. 3 to 1. Good. Dead. And then I will spend the last action to take a damage and note that this has been dealt with. We'll represent it with this thing. Okay. Got that going. Let's go to no enemies, Upkeep. Alright, Upkeep. This will advance. Alright, the Patience. Speaking with the Patience is proving more difficult than you had assumed. They eye you cautiously and refuse to answer any of your questions, backing away or fleeing if confronted. Either they're not used to guests, or something about you is causing them a considerable amount of distress. Some act like animals backed into a corner, and you think at any moment they might strike. Alright, shuffle the discard and the lunatics into this. And then this is going to put one of these on here. Yeah, one random monster is placed under the deck. Okay. Torturous Descent. The longer you spend in this hellish place, the more you want to leave. Already it has felt like days. You fear that if you are stuck here much longer, you will become like the Patience, a husk of your former self, unruly and dangerous. Okay. I was hoping not to spawn you. Alright, I will take a horror. So I can actually punch you to death. And then for you, oh good, more. Can't do lightning bolt abilities. Okie dokie. I will start with Marie. I'm going to spend 2 actions to go ahead and get rid of this event thingy. And then I'm going to investigate using the Grim Memoir. I'll be 6 to 2. We succeed. I'm not going to add. I'm not going to add or remove any doom. We'll get a clue here. We will draw a card, and then I have to discard a card. I am going to go ahead and discard this Enraptured, and then since I got the last clue here, I am going to go ahead and pop the Crack the Case to gain 2 resources. Also, we do have 6 clues, so we will go ahead and advance now. Okay. Key to the basement. Turning a corner, you nearly bump into a nurse with light brown hair and sharp features. You tell her about the violent patients and the strange things you've seen, but she doesn't listen. When you inquire about Daniel, she informs you that he is a patient of Dr. Mintz and that he resides in the secured basement level. Unfortunately, she refuses to let you into that area of the asylum. All right, so I have to choose one of these options. Book 4 to 4 is probably my best bet. Oh, actually, I have a Promise of Power. We'll do Foot Test first. Promise of Power, add a Doom. So this is going to be 7 to 4. All right, -1. We do pass. Okay, so we did the Foot Test. Steal the keys. If you're successful, advance to Act 2A. If you failed, you must choose another option. Okay, so we are good to go in here. Oh, I forgot to reset this. This should be that one. I believe it's the second one. Yeah, version 2. I did remember to add the -2 in here, so we're good on that front. All right. Yeah, so I did not take the Onyx Clasp. Okay. Daniel is somewhere in the secured basement where the most dangerous patients are kept. Now that you have the key, you can explore this area of the asylum. All right, so now we can access all the locked areas. And we got to go find Daniel in the confinement. Okay. So that is it for Marie. I discard the Enraptured. Yeah, I discard a Living Ink, Enraptured, and yeah, okay. So I did all the discards I was supposed to do this time around. Meanwhile, over here, I am going to go ahead and punch this young psychopath. It only has 2 fights. I have 3 fights. I'm going to commit this to go 5 fight. So 5 to 2. Kills it. All right. I'm then going to go ahead and move down. And then I am going to go ahead and spend an action to get out this Living Ink. This is going to give us +1/+1. We don't have any weapons, but we'll make do. All right. Nothing going on with the enemy phase. Upkeep. Okay. Upkeep. All right. Mythos. First Doom. Ooze and Filth. Shrouds have increased. I only have 2 horror. Walls closing in. Willpower X, where X is the shroud value of your location, which is 2. If you fail, you must either take 1 horror for each point you fail by, or choose one enemy from the set-aside monsters. Okay, I'm 4 to 2, so I'll just go 4 to 2. We pass. Good to go. All right, investigation phase. I'm going to go ahead and start with Marie. Marie is going to move on over to the kitchen, which is now unlocked. Okay, and there are no clues on the kitchen. All right. I will go ahead and attempt the Right of Seeking. Will be 6 to 2. All right, we do pass, and we didn't get a symbol, which means I still have an action remaining. Grab these 2 clues, and then I'm going to do a 4 to 2 test to set a fire. Okay, fire has been set. Cool. Got that going. Meanwhile, let's go ahead and keep going with Diana. I am going to lose a charge from this. I'm going to go ahead and move twice. We'll go into here. This is the one where after you end your turn at this location, take 1 horror and gain 2 resources. So something to note about these patient wings is the alternatives actually have clues. The other version of this one is the one where you can take horror to auto-evade a lunatic, but it doesn't have clues on it. So the more you know, I guess. I'm going to go ahead and keep moving, though, because I don't want to stay here. Go to the infirmary, which has 3 shroud and some other stuff. Okay. It currently has 4 Shroud because of Ooze and Filth, but we're good to go. Oh yeah, speaking of, Ooze and Filth actually made this 3 Shroud, but I still was 6-3. There was no chance of me failing. Alright. Okay. Go ahead and go to enemy phase, no enemies. Go to Upkeep. Okay, deny existence. Upkeep. David Redfield. This goes away. Second Doom. Cannot trigger her abilities on locations. Okay, well, we need to get rid of that, no matter what. We get another Surge here because there's no enemy lunatics in play. Straitjackets. So put this in your threat area, and then return each asset of those slots go to your hand. So this goes back into my hand. So we will eventually need to deal with that, but for now we're okay. Go to investigation phase. So I definitely need to do the Gift of Madness thing. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Or wait. Let's wait. I'll go ahead and leave this on here for now because I'm not activating this location. So I'm just going to go, this goes down. We get another one of these out because it's an arcane slot now because of imbued ink. So I'm now 5 fight and 5 book. I'm going to go ahead and investigate this location twice. So this will be a pass if I choose to put a monster into the thingy. I will go ahead and shuffle a monster into the thingy. And pass. And it gets rid of that curse token. Because, yeah, it's a 0 as long as I do that. So I do get a clue. And got rid of the curse. That's probably a good trade-off. And then we'll go ahead and investigate one more time. Alright, I will do it again. Yeah, that's going to be rough. Alright. I mean, to be honest, I don't really know how it works. The good news is we got the victory here. So we're good to go on that front. We just now need to go and deal with the basement. Meanwhile, over here with Marie, let's go ahead and I am going to go ahead and spend the 2 to get rid of the straitjacket. Or do I? No, actually, we'll just move twice. And then I'm going to spend 2 to go ahead and get out David Redfield. And let him do his thing. Alright. And then that is it. We'll go ahead and go to enemy phase, go to upkeep. Okay, we got it. Okay, Defiance, that'll help us a little. And our level 5 deny existence. Alright, third Doom. Cannot move more than once each turn. Okay, dokie. Alright, well, we're probably going to spend a round just... I need to spend a round to kind of get some stuff out anyway. Another straitjacket. If there's no copy of straitjacket in that threat area, put it into your threat area. Return each of these assets. Okay, so this just gets discarded. Cool. Thanks for soaking that. Alright, investigation phase. Let's go ahead and get to work here. I do need to get rid of this thing, so let's go ahead and get rid of that thing. Also, these charges go down. And then I'm going to go ahead and spend 1 to get out our wolf mask. And that'll be it for her turn. And then meanwhile, down here, how are we looking? I'm going to go ahead and move twice to get down to here. Alright, and we get our patient confinements. Oh yeah, the VIP for this one was Constance. It's always the same one as the person that you get information from. Okay. For my last action, I am going to go ahead and just investigate using the Rite of Seeking. We're going to be 6-4. We succeeded. And as much as I would love to put Doom down, I'm not going to. But I do, more importantly, get all of this. Alright, so we got the clues. So we're in good shape on that front. Oh, also I can't actually use David Redfield because I can't activate Lightning Bolt abilities. Alright. That is it on that front. We'll go ahead and go to enemy phase, go to upkeep. There's our beat cop. And another Gremlin more. Alright, let's go Mythos. We're 4 of 7. I don't have any of that, so I'll just search. Corrosion. So I have to discard item cards or deal with it. So I have literally one item card that I can get rid of. Do I get rid of it, is the question. Yeah, let's go ahead and get rid of it. As much as I don't want to. I don't want to, well, yeah, let's go ahead and get rid of it. So as long as I get rid of one item, that will be enough to satisfy corrosion. Otherwise, I don't actually have any other items in hand anyway, so we're good to go on that front. Alright, and then for you. Hey, Roaches, you have 4 fight. Congrats. Do I have any way to get rid of you? Not really. I could just soak, I guess. Alright, investigation phase. We'll start with Diana. These charges will go down. I'm going to move twice to get to here. And then I'm going to go ahead and spend 4 to get out the beat cop. Alright. And then for Marie, I'm going to go ahead and try to evade. I'm committing a calling in favors, and I'll have Diana commit a dark prophecy. So we'll be 5 to 3. We succeed. You are now evaded. Okay. Let's go ahead and move. So I have to spend a clue, and we have enough clues to do what we need to do. So I'm just going to go this way first. Alright, so that's the recall the way out. And that's just, okay. I don't actually need to grab the clue here, so I'm just going to go ahead and pop this. I'll go 4 to 2. It's just -1. Yep, -1. We'll go ahead and note that we know the way out. And that is it. We'll go ahead and go to enemy phase, upkeep. This guy will re-engage. And do the upkeep as well. Boop and boop. Oh, Unspeakable Oath. That is not really a problem. We can investigate on the way out, I guess. I don't exactly want to do it here. Alright, Mythos. 5 of 7. Walls close again. It's going to be a tough one there. Alright, I'm 1 to 4. I will only take 1 horror from that. Okay. I was ready to do Deny Existence. But yeah, taking 1 horror I'm actually kind of okay with. So yeah, we'll take the 1 horror and just soak it on this guy, just so I can get him off here. It was our survival knife. Okay. And then over here, Maniac. Alright, damage on you. Damage on you. Okay. Good news is we can easily get away from this guy. He's not in a bad spot at all. Alright, let's go ahead and start with, well first, yeah, I'll go ahead and start with Diana. I'm going to lose a living ink here, which is okay. Also, my stat should go up anyway for beat cop. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get out my Enchanted Blade. This is going to make me take a hit, which I'm just going to dodge it. So I can gain a resource back and draw a card. Alright, and then I'm going to attack with the Enchanted Blade. This will be 7 to 4. I'll kill him. And then I'm going to move. I do need to spend a clue. Alright, this is the book check. Just speak to the patients. If you succeed, you can figure out the guards patrols. Okay, I currently still have 4 book, so this is definitely doable. Meanwhile, over here, I'm going to go ahead and evade the Maniac 3-1. We succeed. I'm going to go ahead and move on over. I'm going to go ahead and investigate. We'll be 4-4. I'm going to commit 2 of these to be 6-4. We succeed. This place has no clues on it, so we'll get rid of the Unspeakable Curiosity while we're at it. Our hand was getting full anyway, so might as well take care of it. Alright, that is everybody. I'll go ahead and go to enemy. Enemy not going to do anything. It'll unexhaust eventually. Upkeep. Oh, good. We'll put him all the way to end. We can deal with him on the way out. Alright, and then upkeep. Knowledge is power. I don't have any spell. Oh, actually I do. I have a Rite of Seeking. Okay, we can do something with that. Mythos. 6 of 7. Nearest Asylum Hall. Has to be the nearest, so it has to be that one. Okay. And then for you, again. Alright, we have a little bit of a crowded home over there. Alright, I am going to go ahead and start with Diana. I'm going to go ahead and try to do the thing here while we still have the charge here, so 4-2. We succeed. We now know the stuff here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And getting what's-his-face will probably be 5. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and move to here. And I'll go ahead and use this opportunity to get rid of the Gift of Madness. So I have to take a monster and place it beneath the act deck without looking. Okay. We're running out of monsters. Okay, we'll go ahead and go Marie next. Marie is going to go down to this location. I do have to spend a clue. Alright, advance to 2B. Daniel's warning. When you enter his cell, you find Daniel huddled in a corner of the room, sobbing and rocking back and forth on the ground. No mask, no mask, he stammers over and over. You help him to his feet and ask him what he remembers about the King in Yellow, but he interrupts you. Don't speak his name, he exclaims frantically, his eyes wide with a yellow glow. Nigel made us speak his name. He made us speak the oath, and now he lives inside us, controlling us. Don't you understand? He rambles on. The man approaches, wearing a crazed expression, and you take a wary step backwards. He spoke his name, and the price was paid. Haster, Haster, O King. Then suddenly then he transforms before your very eyes. His bones twist and snap. His body warps grotesquely. The symbol carved into his forehead burns bright, and a yellow glow emanates from within his body. He lunges to attack you. So we're going to spawn him at the cell. So enemy side is this guy. If you control the black class with black onyx, you can parlay to show him the class, and he'll stagger backwards and stop being a jerk. Or Daniel Chestfair released what's left of him. 3 fight, 3 evade, 4 health. Goes after highest fight and has victory 1, hits for 1 and 1. Alright, so yeah, he spawns here in the patient confinement cell. Okay. With or without Daniel, you have to get out of this place as soon as you can. Ignore the text on the unrevealed side of the Arkham Asylum locations, and if you have performed 4 of the following, you must advance. We have done 4 of the following. Yeah, we know we set a fire to the kitchen. We incited a fight with the patients. We recalled the way out. And we know the guards patrols. So we have done all this, so it immediately advances. Alright. A way out. An orderly scream echoes across the hall. Within moments, an alarm rings loudly throughout the institution. Nurses and guards rush through the asylum in a desperate attempt to control the situation. You feel dazed, and your vision is spotty, as though you've been struck by something heavy. The walls blur together and twist, and creatures begin to emerge out of crevices and corners that did not exist moments before. Shuffle the encounter discard pile and each enemy beneath the act deck into the encounter deck. If at least 3 monsters were shuffled in, which they are, the investigator with the lowest willpower discards cards from the top of the encounter deck until a monster is discarded and draws that enemy. Okay, so everything gets thrown back in here. And then we discard until we get a monster. Not a monster. That is a monster. Spawn of Haley. After you successfully evade him by 2 or less, take 1 horror. Okie dokie. So this will be spawned at the lowest willpower. Oh yeah, you should be spawned here. Sorry. Okay. Got that taken care of. And then all hell's breaking loose. Garden gains. If there's no ready enemy at the garden, you can resign. Finally a way out. Okay, so now we just got to get the hell out of here. Unfortunately, everything here is terrible. Okie dokie. Not much I can do here. We do want to deal with Daniel Chesterfield eventually. And I'm going to get hit by this guy soon. Alright, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and move. I'll take the 1-in-1 from Daniel Chesterfield to move to here. Then I'm going to evade, because I don't really have anything else I can do right now. I can go 3-3 if I don't want to spend anything. So yeah, 3-3. That's going to be a problem. Choose a enemy placed under the act deck. Got it. Cool. Alright. Enemy phase. Daniel Chesterfield's going to hit me for 1-in-1. I will take it. And then this person's going to hit me for 1-2. I'll take the 1 and use deny existence for the other part. Okay. Alright. Upkeep. Upkeep. Mythos is going to advance. Alright. The L sign. The leader Gustair must choose an enemy from among the set-aside monster enemies and shuffle into the counter deck without looking at it. Okay. Alright, in the back of your mind, it force beckons you. Have you seen it? It calls to you, a glimpse, glimpsing something in your peripheral vision. You turn and find a familiar symbol peering back at you wherever you look. It is etched upon the doors, drawn on the walls, and painted on the patient's canvases. You cannot escape it. So, yeah, lead investigator just puts... Oh, actually, sorry, I misread that. Must randomly choose an enemy from the set-aside monster enemies and shuffle it into the encounter deck. Okay, it goes in the encounter deck without looking. Okay. Constance's domain is dead, so we don't need to worry about that part. And his domain, flee while you can. When you would place an enemy beneath the act deck, shuffle the enemy into the counter deck instead. So now, any future skulls will be shuffled into the deck. Okay, let's go ahead and do Mythos. Just making sure I didn't miss anything else. Yep, doesn't say anything about the discard. Boom, walls are closing in. Sure, I'm currently 3-4. I'm gonna go ahead and do Defiance. I'm gonna pick... I'll pick Elder Thing. Alright, my deuce failed by 1, so I'll take 1 horror. Correction, I failed by 2. In that case, I will just do a deny existence and put that in the basement. Okay, and over here, okay, that's fine. Okay, so one thing at a time. We need to, oh, I should have been popping the beat cop here, but that's okay. This living ink should have probably gone a while ago. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and get to work here. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and stab this guy. 2-2. That's gonna hurt. Alright, we'll put a horror on you, horror here, and a damage here. Alright, let's try again. 6 to 4. Okay, 2 damage. I'm then going to go ahead and attack one more time. We're 5 to 4. I'm going to commit the let me handle this. 6 to 4. We succeed, and then I will use Beat Cop to kill him off. Okay, that's one problem solved. We still have other problems we need to solve. And unfortunately, it's just going to be here. I'm going to evade the Daniel. Failed. I'm going to go ahead and evade the Daniel. Failed. And I'm going to go ahead and evade the Daniel, and yeah. Failed. Okay, so I'm going to get hit for 1 and 1. I'm going to take the... Oh yeah, this should be back to 8. I'm going to go ahead and heal the horror and take the damage. That's everybody. All right. Upkeep. That'll be cop. Upkeep. Okay, we can at least use you to evade. Problem is the mad patients are also between us and the problem. Okay, 1 of 8. Can't move more than once. Okay. And I will lose an act. Oh no, I healed the horror. That's why I did it, by the way, is to avoid this effect. Okay, we're good to go. Can't play events. Okay. One thing after the other, huh? All right. Let's, I'm going to start with Marie. I'm going to try to evade with Promise of Power. We succeed. I am going to go ahead and spend 2 to get rid of, start getting rid of some of these cards. I'll get rid of the can't play events. All right. And then I'm going to fight this guy for a bunch. So I'm currently 5 to 3. 1, 2, 3. And then I'll use Beat Cop to kill him. So he's dead. Okay, that's the good news. So bad news is dealing with all this other nonsense. We've taken quite the beating. And I really, really need some more stuff. All right, well, enemies aren't going to do anything. Upkeep. Upkeep. Mythos. Second Doom. Get more of you. I'll take the horror. Okay, there is a lunatic enemy, so I will deal with that. I'll commit an Archaic Glyphs, so it'll be 5 to 3. Go to hell. Alright, so engages me and fights me, I'm assuming. Makes an immediate attack. Okay, I will take 1 and 1. Alright. Also, when this thing engages me, I have to take a horror again. So I will take a horror again. Okay. If I only had some ways to deal with this. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and fight the young psychopath. 5 to 2. Thank God. Alright, I am going to use Beat Cop to kill her. And then use this opportunity to get out another Beat Cop. And then I'll go ahead and do I'll draw a card. Okay. That's every... Oh, actually, Marie still has things to do. I mean, most of this is not going to help me. I don't care about attacking lunatic enemies, so that's fine. Yeah, I'll just get rid of the... I want to draw cards. But drawing cards is not going to be a good answer here. So for now, let's just get rid of the whispers in our head. And we'll gain a resource. Actually, instead of the whispers in our head, and instead of the resource, I don't remember if I was at 10 or 11. Doesn't really matter at this point. I'm going to get rid of the straitjacket and just get out the living ink. All right. Now this will only apply if I remove the point. This will only apply in the mythos in most cases. All right. No enemies. Upkeep. Okay. Upkeep. Okay. Mythos. Third Doom. We're getting stuck here. Yellow sign. 4. If you fail, search your deck for a madness weakness and draw it. Blah, 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 blah. Alright, I'm going to do take the initiative. 7 to 4. Okay, we're good. Corrosion. I don't have any items, so it's going to surge. Straitjacket. Okay, this goes back in my hand. Alright. Let's get to work. We're going to go ahead and move. Get engaged by both of you. I'm going to go ahead and fight one of you. 5 to 2, and I will take 1 horror. Got it, and then I'll use Beat Cop to kill off one of you. Alright. See, that was all my actions there. Should have probably evaded first, but that's okay. I will attempt to... Actually, I'll just punch this person. 5 to whatever. Alright, I do pass. Bye-bye that. I will take 1 horror and do 1 damage here. Okay. Meanwhile, over here, get the hell out of here. 1, 2, 3. Actually, we'll go 1, 2 to there. And I'm going to go ahead and spend this opportunity to get out the St. Hubert's key. This does lower our overall sanity, but it will make it so we heal if we do take more sanity. Alright. Enemy phase, I'm going to get hit for 1. Upkeep, I am going to go ahead and immediately do this. I'll have to be at the start of the mythos, isn't it? Yeah, I'll have to be at the start of the mythos. Okay, we'll wait. One way or the other, we're going to kill this guy before more trouble happens. Alright, upkeep. That's fine. Upkeep. That's also fine. Mythos. 4 of 8. Alright, we spawn this asshole. Okay, we can work with that. And then for you, Ooze and Filth, not a big deal. Alright, starting with Diana. Diana is going to attempt to evade the spawn of Haley. I'm going to use take the initiative, 6 to 2. Alright, so that was 4 to 2. After you successfully evade spawn Haley by 2 or less, take 1 horror. I will take 1 horror. But he is now evaded. I am also going to go ahead and use Beat Cup to kill off this mad person. Oh, also, I was supposed to take a horror from the Asylum Halls, so I will, and gain 2 resources from that. Alright, so that was my first action was evading. Second action, I'm going to move to get the hell away from this thing. And then I'm going to... I don't have anything else I can literally do right now, so I'll spend 3 to get out the devil. Okay. Meanwhile, over here, I'm going to go ahead and spend 2 actions moving. Okay. I don't need to worry about distracting the guards or any of that nonsense, but we do need to do the investigate. Right now it's 6, though. and there's not really much I can do about it. At least not this round. Alright, I will go ahead and do Knowledge is Power, just because I can. We'll go, this will make us 7 to, and I'll reveal this Rite of Seeking in my hand. 7 to 3. Alright. I'll shuffle this into the deck. I will lose my remaining actions, which is fine. I will still get the clues. No, sorry, it's 7 to 4, by the way, but that's okay. You do get the clues here just because I can. I am going to go ahead and discard the Rite of Seeking to draw a card. And, of course, I get this hassle. I was afraid of that. Alright, well, at this point, we're okay, because everyone's kind of separated. Okay, enemy phase, nothing going on. Upkeep. This will eventually go away. Alright. Mythos. 5 of 8. Good luck. Wall's closing in, so we're 4 to 2. 4 to 2 then. We pass. Bye-bye you. Oh, Beast of Alderman. It's been a while. How do we want to deal with you? I'm going to do Let Me Handle This. And get it, and take him for on our side. Oh, he's also massive, so he's going to spawn over here. Alright. Okay then, so with all that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and spend 2 actions to get rid of the straitjacket, and then get out my Living Ink. So that's going to be what I'll use to try to get around this Pallid Mask nonsense. In the meantime, I need to deal with you. Thankfully, this guy doesn't move. So maybe I'll just tank a hit. Yeah, because I don't have a way of evading him. Alright, yeah, I'll just tank the hit. So what is it? 2 and 1. So I'll take a damage. This guy will go away, unfortunately. And at this point, I don't actually have any. I can get rid of the whispers in my head, but I don't really need to anymore now. I'm going to draw a card. Oh my god. I'll go ahead and draw a card. Or I'll spend 2 to go ahead and get out this delayed inevitable. Alright. Enemy phase. This guy, thankfully, is not going to chase us. Upkeep. Backpack. Upkeep. David Redfield. Mythos. 6 of 8. Roach Swarm. Ooze and Filth. Really don't want that right now. Is it only for damage? Yeah, only if I'm damaged. You know what? I am going to go ahead and Ward of Protection to get rid of the Ooze and Filth. Alright. Investigation phase. We are currently... Well, the Shroud here is actually insane. So that's a little bit of a problem. Okay. I'm going to start with Diana. I am going to go ahead and attempt to evade. Ward of Protection. Ward of Protection. 5 to 3. Go to hell. I knew it. I knew it was freaking going to happen. Alright. I'm going to commit a backpack. 4 to 3. That's only -1, so we do evade him. And then we're moving. Alright. Problem is there's an enemy at this location, so we have to deal with it. Speaking of dealing with it, let's do that right now. Oh, also when the Mythos phase ends, I do have to spend 2 resources. I will spend the 2 resources to keep this going. Okay, so we'll go ahead and use the Investigate action here. I am going to spend the charge from here to keep the bonus for the main phase. So with this, we are currently 7 to 5. Alright, we succeed. I'm just going to make sure. Yep, 7 to 5. He has now been discarded. We have chased the stranger. 5 times. I'm then going to go ahead and resign. And technically all these clues get placed down here. But it doesn't matter, we don't need to worry about the distracting guards or any of that nonsense. And as long as there's no ready enemies, we'll be okay. And I can use Dark Insight to ensure that we don't get screwed. So yeah, we're good on. We should be good to go. Enemy phase, these guys will eventually unexhaust. None of them have Hunter. Upkeep. Mythos. 7. Draw. Okay, that's fine. Let me check something about this. Okay, that's what I figured how it worked. Okay, so the cost for this is to the left of the colon as always, which is just an action. Then you randomly choose one enemy and place it beneath the card without looking, and then it just says discard it. So there's no then or anything like that. So there is nothing that's actually reliant on you actually have a monster to set aside. The other option, of course, is I think you can Dark Insight hidden cards if you draw them, which I think is fine. But either way, I will spend I will spend 2 resources to keep this going. Spend an action to Gift of Madness, which of course is not going to do anything because there's no monsters to do anything with anymore. And then we're getting out of here. This was rough. All the monsters got swamped on us all at once. I didn't draw, and I drew practically none of my weapons for Diana. One of my survival knives was the top card, unfortunately, which was our Horror Soak. So it kind of just went downhill from there. But the good news is we did get out. Everyone has resigned, so we'll go ahead and do so. Escape. We did not take it by force, so the guards are too busy controlling the situation and restraining the silent patients to notice your escape. Resolution 3. Resolution 3. With the silent... okay, we've done this before. Escape the asylum. I probably misspelled that. I apologize. Nope, I spelled it correctly. Okay, we get Victory X, which in this case is just 4. Yeah, there's not much victory to play around here. 1, 2... Yep, only 3 locations. We did kill Daniel Chesterfield, so we get 4 experience in total. After playing things like Innsmouth and Dream Eaters and all that, I'm kind of used to having 1,000,000 experience points. Especially even Forgotten Age gives you a ton of experience too. All right. That's all been taken care of. We don't need to worry about VRE Slain. This stays the same. All right, Lost Soul. We'll go ahead and resolve that now. Each investigator earns 2 additional experience, so we do go up to 6 and 7, which is good. And then, oh, actually, no, sorry. He did not survive. My bad. Daniel was possessed. That's what we had to do. You decide to lay low. Yeah, let's see. If neither above. Yeah, if using the enemy version was in play when the scenario ended, proceed to blah, 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 blah. Okay. Hold on a second. Is this not survive or possessed? I also don't know. The enemy version was in play when the scenario... Okay, it's actually neither... Yeah, because he's not... the victory display is not in play, I believe. So actually, it's Daniel did not survive. You decide to lay low for some time in Ma's boarding house, unsure whether the news of the events at the asylum will get out to the general public. You take this time to make extensive notes of the events you've experienced thus far, including the brief dialogue between you and Daniel. He'd spoke of the King in Yellow as if it were an actual being, and even named it Haster. He'd rambled and muttered, screeching other phrases as well. You doubt you'll ever forget them. He made us speak the oath. The price was paid. They are opening the path to Carcosa. For hours you think about Daniel's warning to you, which he begged you to heed. Do not speak his name. His final moments play out in your mind over and over again. Possession's oaths. There must be another explanation. We're going to ignore the warning. So, for hours you struggle with this insight into the King of Yellow. What is true? What is real? Only you sort through only you can sort through this madness. We'll ignore Daniel's warning. We can also say Haster all we want now. We get 2 doubt, putting us at 5. And then that is it. We go straight to Phantom Truth next, which is going to have some intro stuff to deal with, which is fine. Okay, so yeah, we have 4 experience, 5 experience with Marie to deal with, so give me a moment. Okay, we're going to go ahead and upgrade Living Ink, get the Eldritch Ink on it. We're going to pick Agility, so now I get +1 to everything except for Willpower. And this only costs 2 experience because of Down the Rabbit Hole. And then with the remaining 2 experience, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade one of the Enchanted Blades to its Mystic version. So it's level 3, commits for a Willpower in addition to the Fist. It has 4 charges instead of 3. It now provides just a flat +2 fight now, even when you're not spending charges. And anytime that you attack with it, you can choose to spend charges to empower the blade. You can, unlike the Guardian version. The Guardian version, I believe you can choose to spend the charge after you hit. But for this one, you still have to do it as you're swinging, which is a little annoying. The extra charge is nice, but the other thing that the Mystic version can do is you can spend up to 2 charges at a time instead of just 1. In which case, each charge will apply +1 fight and +1 damage. So this thing could potentially do 3 damage in 1 blow. The only problem is, if you're doing that, you're going to burn out this blade in 2 swings, which is still better than the alternative. Honestly, this +1 fight was hurting us a lot with Diana here. So that will be it on that front. Okay, this can go away. All right, and then for Marie, we're going to go ahead and upgrade the other Deny Existence to level 5, which will cost us 2 because of Arcane Research and Down the Rabbit Hole. That leaves us with 3 experience remaining because she had 1 bank to gain 4, so she had 5. So this is 2, so we have 3 left. We're going to upgrade one of the Ward Protections to level 2, which will cost 1, and then the other one as well, which will cost 2. So that is 3 here, 2 here, so that's 5 experience. My goal for Ward of Protection is to gradually get it to level 5, because that one will let me actually say no to enemy spawns, and that's a lot more important to Marie at this point, because having enemies spawn on her is really, really bad, because she doesn't have any real ways to defend herself. That's the bad part about being a pure Clover Mystic. For like a Seeker and stuff, I usually have some sort of tools that I can use to get away from enemies, but for this, not so much. Alright, that was really close. Hopefully I did everything correctly. I apologize if I did not, but I'm not rewinding at this point. But yeah, this module's super. This scenario is very, very scary. Because if you fail, you just die. It's just game over. You lose. You go insane, and that's it. And the clock is pretty rough on you. That was with Diana helping. Like, we kind of split our forces and kind of, got the clues as we're going, which worked really well. Unfortunately, the biggest issue though was all the monsters that spawned on us. Also, there was the whole thing about us dealing with Daniel Chesterfield as well, which there wasn't much we can do about that. I could have just ran away from him. He doesn't have Hunter, but I wanted the victory, so that also delayed us quite a bit. We just also had a really bad starting hand. Like I mentioned, I did have to start over once because I messed up the mess hall rule. And that run, I had everything ready for Diana. I had all my weapons, had Wolf Mask, had a Beat Cop out. I was good to go. But then I realized I had messed up, and there was not really an easy way to fix that. So, yeah, it was rough. Anyway, so next time we'll be doing the Phantom Truth, which we'll be doing the Doubt side, which is going to be very different from the Conviction side. The Conviction side is where we had to run away from the guy the entire time, which we actually did succeed once, which was nice. But I have never done the other version where you have to chase him down. I've heard, at least that's what I've heard you have to do. You have to chase him down rather than run away from him. And that's simply because the doubt side's like, I don't believe any of this is real. We're just going to get to the bottom of this type situation. And then there is a third route you can do, which is the equal route, where you have both doubt and conviction be equal. But I'm probably not going to do that anytime soon. So anyway, I'll go ahead and call it here. I am the Depressed Eeyore. This was Arkham Horror, the card game, Path of Carcosa, the doubt route, and we did the Unspeakable Oath. We'll be doing a Phantom Truth next time. See ya.